All right, we're back with another draft. We're trying to do this daily. We're waiting on one more person, a few more free agency signing news and/or trades. Romeo Doubs to New England Patriots. Geno Smith traded to the New York Jets. Unless he has some type of crazy resurgence, I am not touching Garrett Wilson this year. Brees Hall's probably got to drop something fierce. On the bright side, this does indicate that Kyler Murray should be signing with Minnesota, and it's more of a win and less how. So I do have a dynasty bag of Kyler Murray. I am comfortable going with the Kevin O'Connell whisper, or the quarterback whisperer in Kevin O'Connell, and along with the targets that he will have with Jordan Addison, T.J. Hawkinson, Justin Jefferson. I am comfortable. I am confident. But now that the free agency market is a lot more settled, I'll probably start focusing a little bit more on the stacking side of things. This is a tournament that has a 558-seat final. So to win that, you're going to need a lot to go right. And if we want a lot to go right, we probably want to correlate our assets. This is a well-known thing, documented time and time again, year over year. It's not like it's the most essential thing for you to have, but it is in the probably A tier, S tier of importance of making sure that you have at least something. So if you have Drake May, you want to make sure that you at least have now either Romeo Doubs, Hunter Henry, somebody that could correlate with him where if he goes off, somebody else does. Now that could hurt you, but you're going for the upside. You're not going for the middle. The middle payout is like $1,000 in the final of this tournament. The upside shot, if you can get to the first, which is what you're trying to get to, is $200,000. So massive, massive difference. What's the real difference between $250 at the bottom and $1,000 versus $1,000 and $200,000 at the top? All right, we have standards. Ashton Genty at 5 is actually shocking. I will say that is actually shocking. I personally am going to go with CMC. We don't know what Daniel Jones is going to look like coming back. They paid a lot of money to Alec Pierce. They lost an offensive lineman. They lost Michael Pittman. Their offense isn't quite as good. Now, that may lead to Jonathan Taylor getting more, but it also will probably lead to fewer red zone targets overall. Jonathan Taylor, James Cook going shortly after. All par for the course. Achane with the Malik Willis signing, I think, is a winner. Now, I still probably have him outside of the tier of James Cook, Jonathan Taylor, CMC, everybody in there. But he's probably immediately preceding. Anytime, and this is also well documented, but anytime we see a rushing quarterback, or at least one that is highly hyper mobile, that defenses have to worry about, they have to scheme against, they have to take little moments of hesitation and decide, oh, is the ball staying? Is it going? It gives the running back that much more room to operate, the offensive lineman that much more time to get steam rolling, and Malik Willis is one of those hyper mobile assets that allows Devon Achane to get all that extra space. And I'm probably not telling you anything you don't know, but I think that signing really does propel him and solidify him as minimum top 11 pick, probably top 10 pick, but really staying on that 10th area. All right, we have the run of receivers. JJ this high. I know I said Kyler Murray's good for him, but JJ this high is still a little bit surprising to me. Man, am I going to go... Jeremiah Love and Amari and Hampton are gone. Am I going to go Saquon Barkley again? I feel like I'm getting pushed in this direction. I kind of want to go Drake London, right? I want to stay balanced. But I am going to go Saquon. The high-end running backs are just so valuable. I'm not super high on Tua going there to Atlanta. I'm not super high on Michael Penix. Drake London is Drake London, but... I just realized Ken Walker went at 17. I mean, again, that's not egregious, but it is high. I think I'd probably value him there. If he was there, I probably would have taken him. I just was not thinking about it. That's got him as what, like RB 8, 9, somewhere in that range. How does everybody feel? I mean, obviously Trey McBride is different. Brock Bowers should have a better situation, but how does everybody feel about taking tight ends this early? It hurts me every time I do it. I've done it more than I would like to admit already this season, but I feel not great about it every time. I feel like I have flaws in my other positions, and if I go 3 tight ends late or middle, I don't feel like I'm flawed at the tight end position. But again, these guys could be league winners. They could be. And if they make you hundreds of thousands of dollars, then you're not going to complain. All right, so where we are at right now, George Pickens is not making it to me, but I would like him. You know me. I'm fading Bucky Irving hard. I'm fading Breece Hall hard. Rashee Rice I'd be happy with. T. Higgins I wouldn't be mad at. It's Travis Etienne. Travis Etienne is still here. Do I go 3 straight running backs and say, hey, I'm good on running backs? Travis Etienne, I think, is in this range. But I do need wide receivers. George Pickens is gone, so that's a little bit sad. Ooh. All right, I'm going to go Rashee Rice over Josh Allen, I think, if he's still available. All right. Fuck me, I guess. Makes this harder. I have no Ted McMillan. I could go... We're going Josh Allen. All right, so now I'm hammering wide receivers. I'll probably go as much as I can. 3 at least, maybe 4 rounds. Wide receiver in a row. Unless there's a crazy value, in which case then I'll just have to adjust later on. But I got to stay thinking about the balance. 7 picks away. All right, let's start looking at the board. So I'm doing something I would never tell anybody else to do. 0 wide receivers through 3 rounds. It's recoverable, absolutely. Like you can get guys that are going to pop off, but you're not going to get anybody now that's going to have 0 red flags. Everybody past this point is going to have a red flag. Is there any team that stands out to me? I think this team's pretty good. Outside of that, I'm not scared of anybody. Jameson at 39 just seems so high. All right, I'm about to be up. I'll go Zay Flowers. Obviously, I can't really get Lamar, even if he falls to me. Maybe I should have gone T. Higgins and then gotten Javonte right here instead of Josh Allen. And that way I could get Lamar, and I wouldn't have been able to get Lamar later. I take it back. I'm okay with what we're doing. 11 picks away. We'll be at 55. Who's going to be available? See, this range I hate. I hate. I really need a follow here. Luther Burden going at 40. Mike Evans, 43. I'm not mad at that either. Yep, everybody's going that I would want to take. So we may end up with the small value win of Carnell Tate, as all these other players are getting propelled above him with Mike Evans. Jalen Waddle was kind of already there. Bold. I think that Colston Loveland here is, like, he's probably more valuable than this draft position. It's just like for the balance aspect. What's it going to look like? Travion and Scattaboo off the board. All the second-year backs going now. Rome goes. That's what I wanted. Yeah, it's looking like... I don't know if I want to go Carnell Tate or Makai Lemon. I think I'll probably end up going Carnell Tate. They're of the same tier to me right now. It's going to be landing spot dependent. And I think I'm going to end up going Carnell Tate. Maybe I should go Christian Watson. If he's still here on the way back, 10 picks from now, which he won't be. I probably will. No Romeo Doubs, make it a little better. That's good for Matthew Golden. But again, they still have Dontavian Wicks. They still have Tucker Kraft. They've got all these people. We don't know what they're going to do in the draft. Maybe I can take a few more shots on Matthew Golden now later, but it's just like there's so little that he showed. And I still have so many receivers. I still didn't even mention Jaden Reed. Jaden Reed's probably a higher buy now too. But it's probably going to be equivalent to what it was this last year, where now instead of having Romeo Doubs in there, they're just going to have Matthew Golden. There goes Christian Watson. Bashal Tootin up to 59. RJ Harvey, I think, needs to fall more than this. I am scared to take Ricky Pearsall now. I am scared to take Jalen Moore now. Oh, am I up? I'm up. Now that we're starting to think about stacks, it doesn't feel good, but this might be another route of potential Bo Nix and Josh Allen, which I know I had last draft, so it's not great. But do I think Cortland Sutton is better than Marvin Harrison? I think it's so close, man. But probably a little bit. I have a little more trust. All right, so we've made up for it. Now we're looking at CMC Saquon Barkley. So if we are 2 years back in a time machine, this is going to be an exemplary team. Josh Allen, and then now we're up at receivers with Zay Flowers, Carnell Tate, Cortland Sutton. Is there anybody that's done anything egregious so far? This guy is pretty crazy. He's only got Luther Burden as a receiver, who I like at that 40s maybe a little bit early, but it's right around where he should be. But man, this guy has recovering to do. This guy may also have some recovering to do. I'm intrigued to see where he goes from here. He got the stack for Colston Loveland. Not mad at that. This guy has no Hurts stack, but not mad at the Hurts value. It's just, and this is the thing that people really need to recognize, I think, in these drafts, is just that the fall off for wide receivers happens so fast. Because you start more of them than everybody else. Everybody takes them so early. It's like we're already on to DK Metcalf. What's the wide receiver? Wide receiver 39. We're already on wide receiver 39. Not even 80 picks in. So far, over half the picks have been wide receiver. And now I want to take Ricky again, which is unfortunate because I also don't want to take Ricky again. I may go... Or not. Or I won't do that. I could go Harold Phantom, but man, I'm not confident in their offense either. And I know they were bad last year and he still produced, but it's just... I still need to catch up a wide receiver. I can get Brock Purdy. I want to get Brock Purdy, actually. So I'll go here. And then maybe I can get Kittle. I hate taking injured players. I've been burned on it year over year. But... I do want to be in on this 49ers offense pretty badly, and that opens up stacking options again. There's nobody that I'm going to get that's stacking with Harold Fannin. I'm not doing that to myself. This guy continues. I hope I'm not clipping the mic either, but this guy continues to quintuple down on RBs. I'll tell you what, his RB room should be immaculate. But he's starting Luther Burden, and his best hope for a wide receiver 2 right now is Jacoby Myers, then followed by Michael Pittman. Also, I got probably way too many Pittsburgh Steelers this year. So I'm really hoping Mike McCarthy can turn something around. They've invested a lot now. They got Michael Pittman. They got Rico Dowdle. They're retooling. But I am still scared. All right, so now actually might be a Sam Laporta play. That would open up Jared Goff just in case. And also I think he's way too valuable to be at the spot. And I have no Sam Laporta this year. And do I want Kyle Monangai? Do I want Chuba Hubbard? Chuba Hubbard I wouldn't be mad at. Michael Pittman and Quentin Johnston I wouldn't be mad at. But I do have too many of them already. And I have no Sam Laporta. And Sam Laporta could very well straight up outscore those guys. I mean, I've historically not been heavily bought in, heavily exposed to the Detroit Lions just because their prices have been so much. And this is the cheapest that Sam Laporta has been going. And nothing's changed. And I know that the offense is so good because every year I don't invest in it. I watch games and I'm like, these guys are putting up 45 points. Purdy goes. A little bit heartbreaking. We still have Bo Nix. We still have Jared Goff as options. I am going to need another receiver in the next 2 rounds. Brock Purdy's such a value at this range. I really should not even get Josh Allen. I should just wait and grab all these QBs in this range. Like, any given week, Jackson Dart could outscore Josh Allen. Brock Purdy could. Everybody could. Like, these guys are so good now. Everybody's so mobile. It's just who's going to run, who's going to get rushing touchdown, whose offense is good. If you have all 3, which Josh Allen does, to be fair. Winner. All right, so right now what we're looking at, I don't really want Xavier Worthy. Which leads me to the Bo Nix angle, as long as he makes it to me. Now, Bo Nix feels like he falls pretty frequently, and this is not a fake ADP, but it doesn't feel like a real ADP. I don't see people drafting him that much. I could go either of these guys. I have no Jared Goff, and Bo Nix isn't that great. And these guys do put up 45 points every week. But again, I'm just like, mobility to me is important in an athlete and in someone that can get you points. And I'm going to trust that mobility. I'm not going to trust that mobility. I'm going to take Jared Goff. Actually, do I want Wandale? Do I want Wandale? He got a bag. I just don't trust the offense at all. So we'll go Jared Goff. We're done at QB. I promised myself I'd stack a little bit more, which means I should have waited for maybe. No. I don't want Khalil Shakir, though. I don't want this guy in any way, shape, or form. Maybe I get Steph Diggs, because I feel like there could be a homecoming with Steph Diggs where he's their wide receiver 2, or him and DJ Moore are pseudo double wide receiver 2s, kind of wide receiver 1s. All right, this guy did get Jacoby Myers and followed up with a Rondé Gadsden. So now for his wide receiver 3, which is still a starting spot, the best he can do is Jaden Reed, which isn't terrible. But after Jaden Reed, which he's not going to get because I'm going to take Jaden Reed if I can. He's down in a bad way. And I'm probably not even going to get Jaden Reed. Then we're looking for any Buffalo faller. So if Kincaid or Shakir falls, I'll get them. No! Oh, Jordan Mason goes. That's no good. I hate that pick. I maybe should have gone Jonah Coleman. This is now what we're looking for next round. Any of these three guys. One's gone. No, none of them are gone. None of them are probably going to make it back, though. Kincaid goes. Doubs goes. I am 117 is way higher than he's been going. I'm not mad at it. I think that's actually fair. I think that's fair. I probably should have taken Romeo Doubs myself, but actually I definitely should have taken Romeo Doubs. But again, free agents, maybe I should have gone Denzel Boston. They could definitely draft somebody instead of paying Stephon Diggs. I mean, it's just a crapshoot game. I'm hoping that I get somebody from Buffalo, but Josh Allen has the capability. If you're going to have anybody that's unstacked, he's one of them ones. So now we're down to only Khalil Shakir left on our board. Oh, man. Man, oh, man, oh, man. Denzel Boston and Matthew Golden go. Shakir goes. All right. I don't think I want Jawan Jennings. So we're going to go Casey Concepcion. I could go Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. I know that he's 14 picks past ADP with Jawan Jennings. He's had one good season in his whole life. Everything else has been mediocre. Bill goes after. All right, so what we are looking for now, I'm not mad at Trey Benson. Again, Tyler Algier is probably the lead back, but that guy's not getting paid good money. J.K. Dobbins is making a lot more money than Tyler Algier is. We don't need quarterbacks anymore. So our target next round is going to be Trey Benson. But after that, we're looking at Mike Washington, Brandon Ayuk, Rashad White. All right, Brandon Ayuk's gone. We're looking at those running backs, which is fine because I have, 6 receivers now? So I tried to catch up as best I could. Hopefully I am. Hopefully this guy goes to Buffalo. That would be insane. But he's probably more 49ers coded. Jaguars have not been interested in trading Brian Thomas Jr., so he's probably staying. I'm so intrigued what Travis Hunter is going to look like next season. Because it may be absolutely nothing. But there's just so much... they're probably fine and happy with Jacoby Myers, Brian Thomas Jr., and Parker Washington. With little dabbles speckled in of... Actually... You know who's been a crazy faller is Trey Benson. So I do think he could still be there. So I'm going to go Mike Washington again. If you can't tell, I really like the unknown. Trey Benson doesn't show me that he can stay healthy. Mike Washington has showed me that he's very fast and very big. Rashad White, good pick. If Trey Benson's still there next time, we're taking him. Again, we only have 3 backs. Now we have 2 elite backs. Hopefully, allegedly. But past that, I'm trying to think who the biggest real-life winner is from free agency. Now, we could go contenders. But if we're just going winners and the difference of where they are at they were at last season versus where they will be next season. I mean, it's obviously feels like it's going to be the teams with the most cap space. It feels like the teams that have made a lot of moves are the Titans and the Raiders. The Raiders especially have dropped a bag on 3 or 4 people, gotten more picks, gotten a very offensive-minded head coach who's respected. Yeah, so Trey Benson's still not going. So it's going to be a Trey Benson welcome to my team type of angle. Jalen McMillan justifiably has shot up. I want to get Travis Kelce, but I could always go a late Dawson Knox. I don't know what his deal was for. I might actually look it up. I can't even see what this is worth. All right, if we are going with who is the biggest winner in terms of contention? I mean, it obviously still comes down to draft, but the Kansas City Chiefs don't feel like they're doing too bad. Ew. Ew. Geno Smith, 158. Gross. All right, I'm up. Emmett Johnson could go. I think I'm going to go Omar Cooper. Again, dart throw. Jalen McMillan, I am. Oh, actually. No, I'm going to go Omar Cooper. I'm going to go. Oh, shit. We got him in. Hunter Henry's probably objectively the right pick if you want security, stability, which is a very valuable thing. But, I mean, I got 3 rookies and a free agent on this team. This is crazy. But if I want more dart throws at potential hits, people that are going to make a difference in the final week, and if I want potential more stacks with Buffalo, again, Buffalo they don't need another receiver, but they sure wouldn't mind another receiver maybe. So hopefully one of these guys, these 3 could all be first rounders. Now, is that the likelihood that all 3 are first rounders? Probably not. But if they are, they have a leash. So we might go one more receiver, but it's going to be late. It'll probably be someone like Keenan Allen. Shout out free agents. I know we said free agency's mostly done. Let's start stacking, but I don't take my own advice. I take my own advice to make sure my team stays balanced, but that's about it. Hunter Henry went right after. Hunter Henry's, I mean, your biggest competition that's been brought in thus far is Romeo Doubs. And your other competition is Stephon Diggs left. I need to start slamming some. Man, I could get Kayshon Boutte. Like, again, are they bringing in more wide receiver help? If they don't, and there's nobody else in this range that I really want, I'm taking him. All right, now I'm really done at wide receiver. My wide receiver room better be fantastic. So we were slow to start. None of our top 3 picks were wide receivers, but this is how you would recover. We go some quality, right? We're not taking any late round picks. We're in what round? We're in round 15, right? So everybody in the top 15, but we got 8 receivers. We got Kayshon Boutte, flashes. 3rd-year breakout could be incoming. Only Romeo Doubs added as competition with a loss of competition in Stephon Diggs. Omar Cooper, great combine, potential first-round pick. Casey Concepcion, look good in the gauntlet for whatever that's worth. Potential first-round pick. Steph Diggs, free agent, should command respectable money. Ricky Pearsall, Cortland Sutton, Carnell Tate, Zay Flowers. Do I have anybody that I trust to deliver week to week to week for me? No, I don't think that anybody here is going to have incredible consistency. Maybe a rookie. Maybe a rookie that we just don't know yet. But do I think that I'm covered to have at least 3 to 4 guys producing every week? Yes. Which is the goal. Unfortunately, now we don't need any wide receivers, and there's only wide receivers. So hopefully they go. I'm looking here. Again, I said I'd take Stowers over Hawkinson if I had a choice because all my exposure is in Hawkinson, none in Stowers. How'd our buddy right here end up with wide receiver? All right, at least he tried a little bit, but oh, man. He's got a total of 5. These guys could be good, but Alvin Kamara going 156 is crazy. Who is drafting him? Who is taking this guy? He's approaching 76 years old. He just got clearly ousted as the RB there. Like, we all knew it was coming, but now it's clear. All right, Hawkinson went anyway. Is Dylan Sampson still available? He is. So is Eli Stowers. With Sam Laporta, I feel a lot less pressed to get a tight end right now. Oh, shoot. Okay, I'm up. Anyway, I got my cue. Dylan Sampson it is. So I went today to Stationary Bike, and I was doing it for like 45 minutes. I did it right after I woke up. And I was supremely gassed. No electrolytes, no food. And then I hopped in the sauna. And I feel like my electrolytes are gone, my water's gone. I'm relatively delirious. I feel like I'm getting worse at talking right now. I don't feel like I am good at talking right now. Is exercise worth it? This was one of my first days back doing cardio instead of anything else. Like, I'll play sports, I'll play basketball, I'll play soccer. And that's really my only form of exercise, but you can kind of pick and choose when you're on, when you're off there. And if you're gassed, you can start walking, but consistently going, I hate doing cardio just to do cardio. I'm forcing myself. If anybody has any tips and tricks, holler at your boy. Stowers is gone. We should start looking at who's available. Theo Johnson's still there. Man, I'm going to have just way too much Nick Singleton. And I did this with Ollie Gordon last year. And it obviously went horribly. There was like 1 week of, ooh, oh, wait, he's gone. Okay, I saved myself. I may take Theo Johnson. I know Isaiah Likely's there. I don't think it's going to limit him. Like, we're getting Theo Johnson cheaper and cheaper. I faded him mostly. I maybe had 1 share of him over my first, 22, 23 drafts pre-free agency. If I can get him cheaper, he's going to be the blocking guy. He's going to be on the field. He's sure-handed. He's athletic as hell. We've seen what Isaiah Likely is here. We've seen what John Harbaugh and Greg Roman think of Isaiah Likely. And it's not my other tight end is going to be off the field sacrificed for Isaiah Likely. It's Isaiah Likely is going to be in 2 tight end sets. He's going to be a pseudo receiver. But he's not going to get the same level of snaps, presumably, that Theo Johnson will get. He's not going to fully oust Theo Johnson. They do 2 different things. Is there a way for me to scroll this up? If I press this button, it's going to get messed up, right? Yeah, immediately. All right, I'm almost up again. So I'm looking at only, from here on out, running backs and tight ends, which, is lovely that we see a bunch of receivers right there, so I'm just going to take them off. This is probably a Damon Claiborne angle. And then I'm hoping... Where's this guy? Where's this guy? Where's this guy? I'm hoping for Max Clare down here. I was hoping that Pat Freiermuth would fall. He did not. The ideal is he has a few more red zone targets, and they're in the red zone a little bit more often now. I guess George Kittle might be back within the first month, 2 months of the season. First 5-6 weeks. That feels like, I don't know what the snap count will be. If I've been burned on occasion, after occasion, on vacation and at home with injured players. And I draft them because I'm like, ooh, if they come back healthy. Ooh, when they come back healthy. Their ADP would be here. Chris Godwin didn't come back and make a difference. Joe Mixon never came back. I'm scared and afraid. There's none of these backs now that I really, really want. It looks like we are going to get Max Clare. There's just got to be a way I can see more of this. Max Clare secured. All right, now we're looking for one more running back. My tight end room feels fine. This is one of the most athletic tight ends. I know that they're all athletic. Apparently everybody is jumping out the gym. Should be in the league. The NBA league, not the NFL league. But two insane athletes. Sam Laporta is obviously also an insane athlete, but he's proven production. And then these guys, week to week, can have a touchdown. And if they have a touchdown, they're going in the tight end spot. Or they're going in the flex spot. And they're definitely more likely, especially Theo Johnson, more likely to have, and probably Max Clare, more likely to have touchdowns than Marvin Mims week to week, Caleb Johnson, Joe Mixon, Emmanuel Wilson, Cooper Kupp. All right, so at the team, actually, we'll wait. We have one more. We got one more pick. We'll do that. Do I take Joe Mixon again? You know, I took him last time round 20. You know, I like taking him round 20. I might end up with Brashard. Just because if Kenneth Walker goes down, they'll probably bring somebody else in if Kenneth Walker goes down, but I don't think they have any replacement behind Kenneth except for Brashard. Caleb Johnson now, they have two players, so he might get mixed in, but he's not going to have a full workload. Brashard would have he'd have something at least. I'll go there. I probably should have gone Adam Randall, but it is what it is. All right, at the team. At receiver, we'll go running back first. At running back, we have CMC, Saquon Barkley, Mike Washington Jr., Trey Benson, Dylan Sampson, Damon Claiborne, Brashard Smith. So we're obviously relying heavily on two guys. Both of these guys could have roles. Quinshon Judkins could be late to come back. Probably these two dust, but things happen for running backs every year. It's not like receivers where if one of the receivers goes down, the other guy comes in as a wide receiver 3 and he's just stretching the field. This one, if the running backs go down, these guys have roles. At receiver, we have Zay Flowers, Carnell Tate, Cortland Sutton, Ricky Pearsall, Steph Diggs, Casey Concepcion, Omar Cooper, Kayshon Boutte, and that's it. But that's a solid 8. At tight end, we got Sam Laporta, Theo Johnson, Max Clare. And at QB, we have Josh Allen stacked with hopefully one of these impending rookies or free agents. And Jared Goff stacked with Sam Laporta. We have, let's see how many people that still need a team. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 guys currently not on a team that hopefully help and get stacked. Hopefully they go to good landing spots and destinations. But if you have any free agents that you think are difference makers, throw them in the comments. preach me, not just to throw them in the comments. You can text me, you can do whatever. Let me know, because I have my own theories on who's going to do what. But if you have a compelling argument, I love to hear compelling arguments. I love to hear different sides. What works? Why do you believe that? So holler at me. Thanks for tuning in. And that's pretty much it. If there's anybody you're drafting a lot of, let me know. Let me know. I'm a big anti-Bucky right now. So if you're pro Bucky, let's fight.